One of these laptops costs $1,299, the other just $799, but the surprises start long before you see the winner. You're choosing between an AMD Ryzen 7 260 and an Intel Core Ultra 5 325, both with 8 cores, though Nitro V splits them as 4 performance and 4 efficiency cores, which won't matter much in daily multitasking. Base frequencies are 3.8 GHz for TUF gaming and 2.1 GHz for Nitro V, while process nodes are 4 nanometers versus 2 nanometers, but those numbers don't translate directly across architectures. What does matter is that TUF gaming scores meaningfully higher in real-world benchmarks, so you'll see smoother editing and coding workloads. Geekbench 6 single-core is a tie at 2651, but TUF gaming scores 13288 to Nitro V's 9702 in multi-core. Cinebench 2024 single is close. 109 for TUF gaming, 117 for Nitro V. Yet TUF gaming's 931 multi-core beats Nitro V's 641. That means TUF gaming handles demanding multitasking and creative workloads more smoothly throughout your day. Both use a GeForce RTX 5050 with dedicated graphics and 8 GB VRAM, so not much in practice separates them day to day. But TUF gaming's 14.9 teraflops versus Nitro V's 12.2 teraflops means smoother frame rates and faster creative renders when it counts. That's now 2 wins for TUF gaming, this one included. You get a 16-inch screen either way, but TUF gaming uses IPS LCD, while Nitro V is TFT LCD. Both offer 1920 by 1200 resolution, so your workspace and streaming detail are the same. Nitro V refreshes at 180 Hz versus 144 Hz, but IPS LCD on TUF gaming gives you richer color and better viewing angles. Brightness is rated at 300 nits, both lack a touchscreen, and neither supports HDR content. Each uses a matte screen coating, so glare is managed the same way. Pixel density is 142 pixels per inch on both, so sharpness is identical. On paper, every spec here matches exactly, so outdoor and bright room usability will be the same. With a 90 watt-hour battery instead of 76 watt-hours, TUF gaming should last longer unplugged during your day. It also charges at 240 watts compared to Nitro V's 135 watts, so you spend less time tethered to the wall. Both use USB-C charging, so your existing cables work either way. Both TUF gaming and Nitro V ship with 8 GB of RAM as standard at this price, using DDR5 memory. You can upgrade the RAM after purchase on both models, so you are not locked into the base configuration. There is no practical difference between them for smooth multitasking today based on these memory specs. You get 512 GB of storage as standard at this price, and both use SSDs in the M2 format. Each one supports NVMe and is upgradable after purchase, so you can add more storage later if needed. There is no practical difference between the TUF gaming and Nitro V on these storage specs as shown. Nitro V is just 2.1 kilograms to TUF gaming's 2.2 kilograms, a near tie you won't notice day to day, but its 19.9 millimeters thickness versus 25.7 millimeters makes it feel much slimmer in your bag. You're also choosing between aluminum on the TUF gaming and plastic on the Nitro V, which changes the feel and durability in hand. Nitro V's lighter, thinner build makes it easier to carry all day, and that's on top of the storage tie a moment ago. Both TUF gaming and Nitro V offer Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3, and 2 USB 4.0 ports, so daily wireless and wired basics are identical. Only Nitro V includes Thunderbolt 4, letting you plug in high-speed drives or displays without searching for adapters. Both laptops keep the audio jack, so your wired headphones or mic still work without fuss. That's now 2 wins for Nitro V, as Thunderbolt 4 support means you can connect more gear directly and easily. TUF gaming gives you a backlit island keyboard, while Nitro V is island style without backlighting. Key travel is 1.7 millimeters on TUF gaming and 1.4 millimeters on Nitro V, so your fingers get a deeper press. Both include a numpad for quick number entry, and both have a 1080p FHD webcam for clear video calls. Neither offers a fingerprint reader, so unlocking relies on passwords or pins instead of a touch sensor. You get 4 CPU options instead of 3, plus RAM choices up to 64 GB versus 32 GB, so you can tailor the specs more closely to your needs. Storage options also go higher, with up to 4 TB instead of 2 TB, which means more room for games or projects without compromise. TUF gaming costs $1,299. Nitro V is $799, a $500 gap. That difference gets you the much stronger performance, battery, and benchmarks, but Nitro V takes this round on price alone. The TUF gaming comes in gray, the Nitro V in black. You can find both prices linked in the description below. TUF gaming is built for gamers and creators who demand the best performance, graphics, and battery life in this price range, along with a sharper IPS LCD panel at 1920 by 1200. If you just want a solid all-rounder or care more about value than raw power, skip it. The main reason to hesitate: you pay $500 more and give up a sleeker design. Nitro V is for buyers who want a gaming laptop that stands out with a sharper design and better connectivity, all at a much lower price. If you demand the best performance, graphics, or a more premium panel, skip Nitro V. The honest reason to hesitate: you give up the IPS LCD panel for a basic TFT LCD at 1920 by 1200 resolution. Which would you pick, the TUF gaming or the Nitro V, and why? Drop a comment, like the video, and subscribe to Computer Matrix for more honest laptop comparisons.